Good morning, welcome to Bitcoin Bounce. My name is Joseph and I'm today here with Dion. And today we are looking at this bear flag on Bitcoin. Now, a lot of the guys on many of the channels says $13,700 is back into play again. So Dion, what do you think? Is that bear flag going down to 13,700 or are we seeing a double bottom on Bitcoin? What's happening?
Hi, morning guys, morning Joseph. Let's just quickly start with the indicators here, just to give you an idea why Bitcoin is going down. So it's not like Bitcoin's fault. The US dollar, this is the US dollar index, is just flying, and when the dollar gets this strong, then it just pulls all the markets down. So remember, like for the past 2 weeks, we've been in this range of even down here around about 108, wanting to not break that. So we've broken that, and we've broken even the $110 price. So it's getting really crazy, and there's nothing above it now to hold it back. So unless the Fed or some other macro reasons pull it back, it could just fly, and that's not good for what we trade. Let me just show you also the Nasdaq. Also, because of that dollar, is just way down. The S&P 500 is also way down. If we look at the money flow into the altcoins, that's still going up, but bottoming out a bit. I think everyone is just a bit scared. The Bitcoin dominance, on the other hand, is looking great for us. So this is below 40. It's fantastic for the altcoins, but there must then just be no fear in the market. And if we look at this fear and greed index, we like at very low, we're at 23. So people are just very, very scared at the moment, and that's why I think this is not playing out, this Bitcoin dominance. So if Bitcoin starts just trading to the side, just arranging for a week or two or three, it's not also what we want, but that could be great then for the individual altcoins to just go ballistic. If they're kind of confident that Bitcoin has now found a level and it's just trading, ranging like sideways and potentially up, then people are going to start climbing into the altcoins, because Bitcoin is then going nowhere but sideways. So then they're going to take their money and put it in the altcoins. So that could be potentially great for us upcoming. We just need this fear to subside a bit. So getting to the Bitcoin chart. So on the weekly, remember last week we were concerned that we've broken below the weekly support. Tried to recover last week but couldn't, and this week now we're still trading below, but the candle is nothing obvious in the candle. Is like you can see, there's no volume really there. No one is, I think everyone is waiting for it to take some direction. And then remember, this 200 MA is a big thing for us to have to cross, and that's quite far from where we are now. It's at 23,200, and we're down here below 20. And then looking at that bear flag you asked about, Joseph. So on the weekly, there's a bear flag, and the potential for that, we can just look at the potential target is crazy. Could be around about 8,000. That's the technical target, but obviously no one really expects to go that low. If we look at the key levels at the moment, support below that bear flag breakout. So we have already broken out of it with this candle here, but you can see there was no momentum behind it. So it's just kind of going sideways. So our big support at the moment is 19.5, and then below that 19,000, you can see all the weekly closes below those levels, and then this was our low, 17,605. So I can't see us getting that low where the guys are predicting down to 7,000, or that's just a personal opinion. I think there's a lot of support still here. If we look at the daily, there's another bear flag there, a smaller one on the daily, and this is more likely to play out. So the target for that one is around about 17, but then remember that we've got all this support below us here. So even this one I don't think is going to play out. as low as the target is. And we can also just look at I can show you the EMA ribbons, which we all know is a very good indicator. So also a bit concerning is that they're fanning out here, which is not great. So normally when they start fanning out, price is it means that price can't hold that level. You see as it was happening here. So the same thing, we had a quick flip, and then it's starting to fan out now. So the green is below, the red is above. So it takes quite a bit for that ribbon to flip again. But on the bright side, it's not like a 45-degree or worse, like just sudden drop. It looks as if we might want to start turning here, which is then a good signal, like we had there, that we might then start turning or leveling out, and then start attacking this ribbon again from the bottom. The other thing we can look at is our CPR that we've been looking at the last few months. So the new CPR figures for this month have now printed, and the general medium that we're looking at is those three. So we're trading in the middle of the bottom of where that should be kind of the average trading range. And we're kind of in the middle there, so you can see absolutely just going sideways. So that's what I'm talking about earlier with the Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin would just do this for 2 or 3 weeks, then people start getting, I think, withdrawal symptoms to trade, and then they would start trading altcoins because Bitcoin is going nowhere. So this could potentially be good for all our altcoin trades. And this obviously also is consolidation, and one can't just always consolidate and break down, so it could be this time that we're consolidating to break up. But either way, getting back to the CPR, so we're in the middle, and our lower target is also around about 18,000, which kind of is near the low there. So and that's where it shows strong support, and normally the CPR support is quite good. So if we had to break down lower, I can't see us going much lower than this. Well, it's 18, but yeah, personally, I think 19.5 and 19 is going to hold us back, and we'll bounce from there, but I could be wrong. On the Ethereum side, we can just have a quick look, but nothing's changed there either. We still just trading between this 1.5 and 1750 zone, so we're between that, and we expect the action on Ethereum to start once we hit the 1750 and break it. There's strong resistance there at the moment. So Ethereum also basically just trading sideways. Then the trade we wanted to look at was basic attention token. We had a look at it before for a trade. It was around about here. So the conditions just never came off to get into that trade, so we're still actually waiting for that one. And it just shows you it's good to be strict with your entries. So if we had just jumped in here, I think it was round about there, if we had just jumped in and opened our trades, we wouldn't have won those. So it's a good thing to just be patient and wait for the proper entry. So what I'm looking at the moment at BAT is there's a new resistance. So we had a drop down from where we were previously. There's this resistance level here at 36. You can see, and it was a very, very, very strong support, so now resistance. So again, depending what Bitcoin does now, so we're waiting patiently either to break this 36 and hold it like we were doing there and in those circumstances there, or otherwise to drop down to this level. So there's this very nice demand level here. It's from 26 to 30 cent. So if we drop down there, you can see it happened here. We hit that bottom and then just sparked up. So the trades here at the moment is to wait for it to break down and then see if we break down further, or if we find support here, then to trade it up to this 36, get out, because you don't know if it's going to break through. If you want to, you can hold for the trade to the upside. But I'll show you now that normally this BAT token, it just ranges like this up and down in one specific area for quite a long time, for a few weeks maybe, and it's very good for us actually. I'm going to show you now, looking back. So just bear in mind, remember these zones at between 26 and 30, and then 36, which is above us now, and then 46. So between this whole area, I'm going to show you now the potential profit. So between this one and that is 20%. From the, if it goes down to the bottom, hits that, just back to the top is 38. If we break up, then to the top side is 25. And if we're lucky enough to hit the bottom and hit the top, it's 75%. So if you just remember these four, they're all very big percentages. And let me just take you back in BAT in this area. So yeah, you could see like 4 or 5 times you could trade this up from the bottom all the way to the top. There you could have just traded that middle column, or a few times here you could have traded this up and down. So just in this month or 2 months, in these 2 months here, with the up and down just between these zones, you could have probably tripled your money. So it's just insane what this coin does. Going back here, you can also see these were all 20%, and then 25s, and a 75, and a 40. And again, yeah, just several times, and you can see, yeah, in this range, you could have traded it top to bottom quite a few times there. And so this coin just keeps on giving and giving. Yeah, again, yeah, look how many times, yeah, you could have just traded this up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just amazing. So this is just a very awesome activity level for this BAT token. Here again, another 75, another 75, 25s, 40s. So as I go back, it's just insane how many times in these levels you could have traded BAT. So it's a very, very good coin to keep an eye on now. Just put alarms on it, and whenever it hits that level, just see what happens, whether you think it's found support and going up or down. And once we break these levels, then we can get it back into this trade that we previously set up, found the setup, and we're just waiting for that trade to actually come off sometime. That's it from me, Joseph.
So, Dion, you think 38% on basic attention token?
It depends where it comes down to. I think the first trade now is 25, but if it drops down to that bottom level, then it's 38. Yes, yeah. So it depends how far it pulls back with Bitcoin, depending on what Bitcoin does, or it could go up. But then there's another 30% in it if it goes up from that level to the top level. And they will get another pullback probably, and be able to trade it back down and back up for another 40 and 40. Yeah, so but there's a good minimum 20 in it once we hit those levels.
Yes. Tell me, so in a week, or a little bit over a week, they're going to start with the Ethereum merge. But Ethereum is pulling back now. When do you think we can expect Ethereum to start moving upwards?
Gee, it has to be now, anytime soon. I just has to, I don't know why people aren't getting into it, or they got in at the bottom, those that wanted to, or people have maybe slowly but surely been dollar cost averaging into it like you tried. So it could be that many players are in it already, but maybe they're waiting for the actual launch, because often with these crypto promises we've seen with ADA and so many others before, that they say no, that's going to happen, and then it never actually happens. So I think people are maybe just wary and maybe waiting for the actual confirmation that this has now actually 100% happened and is working, and maybe then they would all start climbing in. But either way, wherever we are now at the moment, any dip that you can buy, I think is a fantastic buy. I don't think we're going to see Ethereum this low for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited about the Ethereum merge, so I'm kind of waiting. That's also what I think. On that Bitcoin dominance chart where it went down so low, I think some of it is also a lot of people moving their Bitcoin into Ethereum. I believe a lot of people is also buying Cardano, since Cardano's got their merge also on the 22nd of September.
Yes, fair enough, for sure.
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you very much. We're gonna be back a little bit later. We want to look at a clip of Steve from Crypto Crew University. He does an in-depth analysis on this bear flag on Bitcoin, and he's asking the question: is the Bitcoin still in? The bottom of Bitcoin still in? He predicted that the bottom was in already about 2 months ago. That 17,000, $500-600, that level, that was the bottom. And now, a lot of people are saying with this bear flag, Bitcoin could drop as low as 13,700. And so he's going to kind of give us his long-term perspective of what's happening. And I think that's some really good information. Hey Dion, thank you. See you there in the next video.
Great, thanks Joseph. See you later. Cheers.